Psychotronics is the opposite of safe, Morgan. What are you after? Someone's helping you. Is it Michaela? Elazar?
Booyah! My name is Major Slack. Thanks for joining me again. Alright, Prey Nightmare Challenge Run. Nightmare difficulty. Must collect 120 neuromods. Must make 150 enemy kills. And cannot consume any medkits, food, or water. We are on our way. This is episode 6. Psychotronics. I want to do Psychotronics in under 40 minutes. I made it in 36. This security booth is very valuable. Easiest way to unlock it is use the plastic crossbow to access the monitor. Some materials there. There's a weapon upgrade kit here. Don't worry about the missile spotter, Slack, just keep going. Some pistol bullets there. Don't forget to tag Kimberly Bomo, which turned out to be unnecessary, but I just did this as a failsafe. I'll explain later. Kimberly Bomo, there she is. Entirely unnecessary. Definitely acquire a turret.
Thank you.
And fortify it. Very useful. In the room on the left there's a mimic and a phantom. The phantom is just around the corner. So I'm going to set up the turret here to cover my butt while they go after the phantom. Build up the stun gun, boom, stun, buckshot shampoo, and you see the mimic whack me from behind, eh? See? Or I took friendly fire from the turret, one or the other. Grab some phantom goodies, looking around for the mimic goodies. And forget it, Slack, just forget it. Forget it, forget about the missile spotters, keep going. Yep, attaboy. Alright, so now we got to go down and get the scope. The psychoscope. I want to set up this turret here because the phantom always spawns after you come up from getting the scope. And I've noticed that if you set a recycler grenade here, it might even keep them from spawning altogether. Get some goodies off this guy, including a Psy-Hypo, which we can recycle. Down here, a whole bunch of mimics. Usually I try to research them, but since we're not doing research, pardon me, I just want to set up a recycler grenade booby trap for them, which kind of didn't work. I didn't really expect a 100% success rate from this. But at least one of them got knocked on his ass. See, the one on my left there, he got knocked on his ass. And I thought he was dead, but he actually came back to life. See, now he's back to life, so I gotta do it, man. So it had kind of sort of an effect. Kind of slowed them down a little bit. I guess that's good enough. Okay, so we got the psychoscope. Plus we should get a couple of neuromods off this guy here. Out goes the psychoscope. And you also get the mimic detection chipset, which will allow us to detect hidden mimics. Very useful. That's that. Now, more mimics spawn at the end there, but I'm just going to avoid them by just going right up here. And here's where the phantom always spawns. When you come back up top, there's a phantom always here, but for some reason, like I said, when you put that recycler grenade there, it prevents them from spawning. Now, I discovered that by accident. I meant to, like, ambush the phantom with that recycler grenade, so it's not like I'm trying to take advantage of a glitch or something. I really meant to ambush him with that. And then I noticed in practice runs, it just kept him from spawning altogether. So, same diff.
Alright, Morgan, I know I can't make you stay put, but you're gonna die down there if you don't listen to me. You need to calibrate your psychoscope. Try scanning the Typhon specimens around you. Once you get enough scan data, the labs will open. More importantly, you'll be able to install Typhon-based neuromods.
Alright, so you have to scan at least 2 of something.
Sending you the code to a safe in Director Kalstrom's office. I'm certain he's hidden neuromods there. Use them to install one of the Typhon abilities. Hear that? Maybe you'll live long enough for me to see your face again.
and then it gives you the code to the safe in the director's office, which has a couple of neuromods in it. So that's the only reason why I did that research there. There's a mimic always there in that fabricator, so I set up a turret there to blow them away. Next, repair the broken electrical junction, because this is going to zap us every time we walk by, and we're going to be coming back here frequently. Repair that sucker up. Let's go get the neuromods from the safe. Different code every time. Dynamic, so don't use this code. You're gonna have to, like, you know, go through the steps to get the code yourself. And let's look. Blah, blah, blah. Let's open up the secret room in the back. But I forgot to get the key off to Dr. Kelstrup's corpse, so I don't have the key card. Go get the key card off Dr. Kelstrup's corpse there, Slack. No, 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 no. Dr. Kelstrup's corpse is not there. It's on his corpse. On his body. Body? Dead body to your right. Atta boy. He's a learner. There we go. Okay, so open that up. Downstairs is just like recyclable material and possibly a chipset. Now, as luck would have it. This is insane. The one run, I mean, I ignore this chipset all my other runs through Prey, right? The VM23, you know, sneak attacks give you a little bit extra health. I didn't really care about that much about that. But in this run, it's vastly important. I already found one, and here's another one. I found two of them.
Oh, yes. I was just about to call you. All I see is a dot. Yes, that's right. It's the calibration system for the new touchscreen. You only have to run it one time. Are you kidding me?
Okay, so just applying the spell of fast inventory here. Get things straightened out,
just
recycle.
Follow the dot. When it turns green, touch it. It should... Damn it, Calvino, I do not have time to play sing-along with your bouncing ball. I'll call you back.
Can you stack chipsets? No, you can't. I tried it. I tried enabling both VM23 chipsets at once. So what happens is, when you try to enable the other one, it just replaces the first one. So you can't have them both at once and get like double effect, like, you know, stack the effects. So no deal there.
Hello, Dr. Yu. Calibrating.
Upstairs we go. I'm gonna do this back asswards. So instead of going to the first left, I'm gonna go to the second left, set up a turret here. There's a mimic and a phantom. Two mimics and a phantom down at the end there. There's the first mimic. The second mimic is going to come out of the room that's glued. It has the glued up door there. There it comes out. Set up the turret, blows it away. Here comes the phantom. The turret keeps the phantom busy while we blow it away with a pistol. A little bit of structural damage here. Third mimic inside this room here is set up a turret here. Use the scope to tag him. There he is there. Take out the pistol. And you see he popped up there, so I'm just kind of like doing a little looting over here while I'm waiting for him to calm down. I expected the turret to go at him, but he didn't. And that should finish him off. Now, when I said earlier, Psychotronics, I want it done in in less than 40 minutes. I mean, you could blast through this and get Psychotronics done in about 10 minutes, you know, even less. But you're not going to get all the resources. You're not going to have time to get all the resources. Now, having finished this run twice, okay, I'm not going to tell you the final time that I had, keep you in suspense. The thing that's going to be the toughest challenge to complete is the 120 neuromods. That, like, you'll see, it's going to be close. So yeah, you do have to loot a lot in order to, you know, complete that challenge. So yeah, and Psychotronics is very rich in resources and neuromods. So, taking the time here, spending some time. Make it here, 2 neuromods down right there. More stuff there. Typhon lure there, which are very useful. I kind of scoffed at them my first time through Prey, but now I realize they're very useful. Another Typhon over there. A couple of Psy-Hypos down here in a test tube. Sample.
There's something almost angelic about those golden filaments, like frozen light. The Typhon weave it out of thin air. The question is why? We have a lot of theories, but no solid answers. Not yet. I wish you were with me, Morgan.
Grabbing an O2 bottle here, just in case a phantom spawns up here. Sorry I'm stepping on Alex's dialogue.
This together, like old times.
But he drones on. Doesn't Alex sound like, you know, he's like... First of all, he's on Valium, and he's bored silly. So that's what his dialogue sounds like. He's bored silly. It's like he barely has the energy to talk. And he's on drugs of some kind. Anyways, that's that. Let's go on the other side here. Lots to do in here. Here, Mr. Fumblefingers took over, so we'll just file that in the Mr. Fumblefingers file. I meant to deploy the turret instead of deploying my scope. Let's fix this turret and fortify it. Took a little friendly fire here because I was trying to get out of the way before he like went ape over the mimics on the other side there. And this turret got knocked over, so I'm gonna have to set it up again. Now I want to set up these turrets right here. This is a perfect place to set them up. It's when you go into, I believe it's Annalise Gallego's office, which is down to the left of my current position. A phantom, maybe two, will spawn right there. Okay, Labs A lot of test tube samples and Petri dishes. I spent about 10 minutes this morning Googling Petri, the pronunciation of Petri and Petri. It seems like it's split. Some people pronounce it Petri, some people pronounce it Petri. Officially too, eh? Officially. I'm gonna go with Petri, because you know, I think it sounds funnier. How's that? Like, I don't know. You know me. My wild imagination. Okay, so lots of Petri dish samples, which are good for exotic material. Same with those test tube thingies. Okay, in this office here, my new solution is just blow away the glue with the shotgun and throw a Typhon lure right at the very back. And it lures all the mimics here. There's at least 4. Most of them over there. And or it keeps them busy so that you can waltz in. Actually, there's 5 in here. Yeah, there's 5 mimics in here. Yeah, it keeps them busy so you can waltz in and give them all a good old-fashioned buckshot shampoo. So that was done. Textbook execution. And let's rush out quickly because my turrets are under fire from a phantom that always spawns right after you go into that office there. And sometimes another one will spawn. Turn off the light, Slack, attaboy. Okay, here he comes. Get ready to glue him up. And I didn't have enough glue, so I figured I'd reload, and then my turrets took care of the phantom before I had a chance to reload. They're like, you're too slow, Slack. We got it, we got it. Next, let's go into the med bay. There's always a phantom in here, plus an explosive container. So you bring an O2 bottle, whip it in the corner, and they both go off, completely discombobulate this guy. And then you can waltz in and finish him off with a shotgun. This is important because it has a lot of 9mm bullets in here. Plus other stuff that we can recycle, and that's that. Let's go back to... I'm pretty sure it's Annalise Gallego's office. I'm going to wait till we go into the office before... Yeah, I was right, yeah. Neuromod there. And of course all the exotic material from the mimics we blew away and some 9mm bullets. Don't forget the 9mm bullets, Slack. There we go. We're good. Okay, now I want to bring the best turret back down with me because another phantom's going to spawn on the ground floor when we get back.
Hello.
Now I just want to get sneaky about this. Set up this turret right here. He's usually over on the right. There he is right there. I want to tag him if I can. Set up the turret. See if I can tag him so I can track his movements. There we go, zoom, tag, got him tagged. Now I see he's right behind there, so like we can ambush him. He's gonna go after the turret, and while he's doing that, just blew him up. And oh yeah. Use the pistol slack, don't waste shotgun ammo. Attaboy. Okay, so time to hit the recycler. Empty out the inventory. Now I'm recycling all spare weapons because I feel I have enough spare parts. So instead of dismantling spare parts or dismantling weapons for spare parts, I'm just running them through the recycler because I feel I have enough now. Okay, so we got a lot of exotic material, so we can crank out 4 neuromods. So let's turn on the neuromod fabrication machine. Pick up, yeah, there we go. And we're good on ammo. 13 neuromods. This will increase the damage on the shotgun. Alright, next. This area here, on the left, a whole bunch of mimics are going to come pouring out. As soon as you clear
Everything happening on Talos 1 started here.
those fire leaks. Sorry, I'm stepping on the dialogue again.
My mistake was agreeing to put you at the center of the tests. That's when you began to drift away from me. We're close to understanding what they're after. What they're building. Just need a little more time.
Okay, here we go. Set up a turret here. Like I said, as soon as you kill one of these fire leaks, they all come pouring out. And I kind of missed this. This is hard for the course. There we go. So now they come pouring out. Basically, you just have to cover your turret. The turret will pretty much take care of them all. Sometimes they go after the turret. They'll flank down to the left there, go down the stairs, and then come up and go after the turret. So, see? There you go. Yeah, that's exactly what they try to do. Sneaky little buggers. Alright, so we're good. This can get a little finicky putting out these fires here. Now, in the weapons room, 2 ways to get into the weapons room. One is to get the code off that prisoner, but I want to have my cake and eat it too. What are you doing, Slack? I'm destroying this turret to get it down to broken state so I can fix it and get it like fully repaired. I did that earlier on. Some of you may be wondering why you're destroying your own turret. That's why. Because you're only given the option to fully repair it once it gets broken enough. Okay, here. Here, I want to open that that door there by hitting the switch on the right side. This is a tricky shot, but it can be done. So first you knock over the chair, and then you got to do a rebound shot off the counter there. Close. Boy, yeah, gets it. That way you don't have to rely on the prisoner, and then you can recycle the prisoner. Or like, yeah, you can run through the whole routine where you release the mimic on him, and then the mimic, you know, eats him. And then you recycle him, you get a whole bunch of material, exotic material. So, like I said, have your cake and eat it too. That, very important you set up that turret facing the door.
I was gonna give you the code, but
okay, so extract mimic. While that's going on, let's go loot the... I think it's called the weapons room. The armory, here we go. Yeah. So that's going to take some time for the mimic to go after him, so I do that first. And completely loot the armory. I think I forgot a shotgun there.
What's that thing doing in there, huh?
Well, I'll give you 3 guesses. Why don't you buy it a beer and see what happens?
I told you not to do it. Oh shit!
Okay, so he's having a hard time. And he gets it! Booyah! Way to go, Slack! He gets the shotgun, alright.
Things they don't understand. The Typhon kill us without hesitation. But it's not because they're evil. It's because they can't do otherwise.
Okay, so now we got 2 turrets set up here, waiting to ambush a phantom that's gonna spawn here.
There's one thing we can do that they can't. Empathize with the suffering of another living creature.
I don't mean to be a nuisance, but when do you think we'll get to that breach?
I'm headed out there as we speak.
What do you think happened?
Hard to say until I lay eyes on it. Could be some micrometeoroids punched a hole. Rare, but it happens.
Okay, good. Hopefully it's just that.
Is there something you're not telling me?
No, of course not. It's just that storage room has classified exotic materials. We really can't have it be inaccessible.
I understand.
There we go, so there's the phantom that spawns. And we kicked off $1 million cock gun side mission. Gonna do a little spacewalk and get the key card to the room on my current right, which has a ton of exotic material, which we can use to make a whole bunch of neuromods. So let's go do that right now. Back into Labs B, up the stairs, hit up the airlock at the end. This is worth it. Okay, to the exterior we go. Should be down just on the left as soon as we get outside. Don't listen to me. It's over to the right. Anyways, apparently in the trenches, Slack knows exactly what he's doing. There it is. Seal up the hull breach, just throw a whole bunch of glue at it. You can even do it from a distance, and that's it, that's all. That's all it takes, $1 million shotgun. So now that we sealed the hull breach, we can get into that that area there, which, like I said, has a ton of exotic material.
Hello, Dr. Yu.
Okay, so while we're passing by, recycle all that stuff. And we can make a whole bunch more neuromods. One more. Now what I want to get is Gunsmith 2 so we can upgrade the shotgun more, since we got a whole bunch of weapon upgrade kits. This is pretty much my weapon of choice. Very useful, highly versatile. Alright, styling with the shotgun. Alright, now that this room is open, and the door's wide open too, and there's a phantom lurking around in there, so I went to sneak mode. See if I can set up these turrets without getting, like, you know, busted. Boom, turrets are set up. What we're gonna do is go up near the door on the left side, so the door will automatically open. As soon as the turrets spot the phantom, ba-boom, there we go. Glue them up to kind of help out the turrets, and they finish them off. Outstanding turrets, outstanding. Get your case of beer for that one. There might be another phantom over there. And here's all the delicious and exotic material. Ha 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 ha. Plus the phantom goodies. More exotic material in here. Boom. And the Typhon plasma bag. Finally, there's a mimic in the containment room on the left there. Grab his goodies. There's nothing usually in here except for an apple and a lemon. And we're good. Alright, let's hit up the other side. I'm not sure what I'm doing there. The live exam room. I had a completely different strategy to take care of this, but I felt I was just gonna go like Banzai with this. This strategy worked beautifully in practice runs, but then when I did this recording, it backfired horribly. I knew it was risky, but I decided to take the chance just to save time. So you open the containment thingy. The Weavers turns that guy into a phantom. There we go, turns into a phantom. Now, what I'm hoping is the O2 bottle will blow him, but it took a bad bounce because he zapped it. And it just bounced right towards me. And I took a big hit there. I took even more damage here. So now all of a sudden I'm in like, my health is in a life-threatening situation. Only got 33 points left. Even a moderate hit from a mimic on nightmare difficulty will kill me, so yeah. This is serious business now. So I'm gonna have to try to get some sneak attacks to get my health back up. Yeah, knew it was a risk. Okay, let's go down to the morgue. It's best to put on your scope as soon as you go down so you can tag mimics wandering around there. There's one, didn't tag them for some reason. One thing I noticed about when you go into zoom mode before you get the scope, enemies get tagged a lot faster. But as soon as you get the scope and you start doing all this research stuff, I've noticed it takes a while to tag enemies. Okay, so we got 3 mimics here. Sneaky, sneaky. I should be in sneak mode. Huh, and I just noticed that. You don't necessarily have to be in sneak mode to get the VM23 bonus. Huh. Because technically speaking, a sneak attack, you only get awarded a sneak attack when you're crouched. It actually says that, if you notice. If you're crouched, it'll say sneak attack when you take an enemy unawares. If you're not crouched, it will say surprise attack. I learned something new every day. Okay. So enemies clear. Got a little more health back. Not so critical now, but still could be better, because we're going out into Guts pretty soon, and Guts is going to be hellacious, especially the way you see the way I'm gonna do it in this run. None of this careful stuff. You'll see, it's insane. Okay, so we use the plastic crossbow to open up this room here by hitting the switch, as you saw me do. This room is usually pretty safe. There's a couple neuromods on the right there, 1, 2, and an important key card to one of the cabins in the crew quarters, which we're going to hit up later on. And that's that. That's it. Psychotronics is pillaged, plundered and pillaged. Now I'm going to make this decision to go back to the recycler and the fabricator in Dr. Kelstrup's office. I think it's worth the time instead of discontinuing. There's a couple of key neuromods I want to get. Also want to empty up the inventory so that when I go into Guts and finally get into the Arboretum, yeah, I have a nice and empty inventory. So empty out the inventory, get rid of all this food, med kit. That's his slack. Make some more neuromods. What are you doing, Slag? I'm wondering why I came up short with the number of neuromods that I was able to create. And I made the decision to keep these Typhon lures, and now I'm debating whether to recycle them as I originally planned, or keep them because I realize they're quite valuable. Hurry up, Slack. You gonna keep them? Yeah, no, I'm gonna recycle them because they have exotic material in them. There we go. Yeah, I have everything meticulously planned. Okay, there we go. We got the expected number of neuromods. Now, with the no food, no water, and no med kits and no medical operators parameter that I have to stick to in this challenge, I can only heal myself 4 times throughout the entire run. That's by getting certain neuromods: conditioning, toughness 1, toughness 2, and toughness 3. And at this point, I believe it's an emergency. So I'm going to have to spend some neuromods to recover my health because I'm going out into Guts. And it's going to be hellacious, like I said. So yeah, this is worth the expenditure. Didn't really intend on having to do that so soon. But, and the rest of the neuromods I'm just going to keep until they get into the Arboretum, because it depends on what happens when I get through Guts. That might change things. As I said, I got to do this really Banzai run through Guts, so it's unclear what's going to be a priority by the time I get to the Arboretum. So keep all the rest of those neuromods for that. Tag up all these enemies here, although it doesn't matter because there's a couple turrets on the other side that always end up blowing them away. No problem. So that's it. Psychotronics complete in 35 minutes. Join me next time as we continue to take no prisoners and we blast through Guts, the Arboretum, and the crew quarters all in one video. Yeah, another Banzai 30-minute sprint as we kick it into overdrive in this Prey Nightmare Challenge run. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1. That's all. That's all it takes. All right. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.